Hi guys, I'm Darren Arber, PGA professional at West End Golf Club. Welcome back to the channel and I hope you're well. Tempo is the biggest killer in the golf swing, and in today's video I'm going to be covering a few simple techniques and drills that will help you improve your tempo. If you are new to the channel, welcome on board. Maybe even consider hitting that subscription button below. So let's get to it and let's get that tempo improved. Tempo is the biggest killer in your golf swing. If your tempo isn't good, the chances are you won't coordinate your movements in the golf swing, and it will result in a poorly timed shot which lacks power and direction, and you won't hit it out the middle of the golf club. And this generally happens when we are under pressure, when we may be going to shoot our best score, when we may be going to win a tournament. I think the best players in the world are prone to this. We're all human beings. So I've got 3 drills that will help you improve your tempo, which I use with my pupils at the golf club, and hopefully you can do when you get back to your golf courses. So the first drill I'm gonna give you today is one that I've used since I've begun golf. I read it in a book that I picked up from a shop when I first started playing golf in 1989. Okay, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't YouTube back then to help you give your swing tips. Videos was probably not the thing to do. They were just getting into that sort of thing, and we went to our obviously local professionals. I went to David at West End Golf Club. But I read this in a book, and it's definitely helped me, is having a more centered swing. So we have it with our feet together. So if you move, you're going to be off balance, and off balance is in balance is the key. So we would feet together, and then you just feel like you're just keeping nice and centered. If you throw yourself at it, which is what you get with the golf, with trying to hit it further, you will go off balance. You will, not have a good strike. So we've got here, and away you go. You've kept your balance, you've made good contact with the golf club. It hasn't gone very far, it's not going to go as far as your normal swing, but if you can keep balanced, you will help your tempo and help your body movement through that shot. So that was drill number 1. We're now into drill number 2. So the reason why I'm giving you a number of drills is that one drill might not necessarily hit the chord for you, and you might not feel comfortable doing it. Some people feel uncomfortable when the feet together, so hence giving yourself 3 drills to go with, and then that way you will find the one that's best for you. So drill number 2, which is taking your favorite player, somebody who you admire, and has got a really good golf swing, and then trying to mimic them. But what I found, you find the golfer's name is the key to me. So obviously we're all maybe not all aware, but Ernie Els was one of the best swingers of the golf club when he was in his heyday, Big Easy, and it was a swing that many people admired. So what I would suggest you do is you go Ernie Els. That way you've got a nice controlled backswing and an accelerated follow through. Okay, what we don't want is a 1 syllable back and through. So somebody who obviously is a good golfer as well, in their heyday, I know I'm touching on old players here. I'm not as young as I look, should I say. Someone like Nick Price, he had a very brisk tempo, but if you think Nick Price 1-to-1 ratio. What you're looking at is a slower backswing and a more accelerated follow through. So if you've got someone like Ernie Els, it's a lot smoother, and as I say, it's a very good swing to mimic. So you're going to go Ernie on the backswing, Els on the downswing. Ernie, Els. And for me, tempo is always started with the backswing. The backswing is the key to setting things into motion right, because if you take it up nice and controlled and nice and smooth, then you will generally have a coordinated golf swing. This is the one that I've used a lot more with my pupils over the last few years. It is a 3-to-1 ratio, up in 3 and down in 1, and it's because tempo is very specific to you. So we're all human beings. We all run our life at a different pace, a different tempo. So some people are quicker than others, and some people are a lot more slower and steadier than others. And it's like, you know, you just have to look that in the walks of life. So this, I feel, is probably more useful to get your tempo better. So one of the problems with tempo, with swing speed, is that people will go against their body tempo. You know, someone will say to you, you need to swing it slower. You look to be swinging too quick. Well, if you're one of these players who are a quick tempo player, you will have a quicker tempo than somebody who's very laid back. Things can be done tomorrow. You know, we've all met them. You know, they don't look like they've got any cares in the world, and they just run through life very, very relaxed. So that player will have a very smoother, slower tempo of their golf swing. So if you take it now, so we've got a player who is quick. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what I would say, up in 3 and down in 1. So if you can count to 4, then that's fine. So it's like, so you find your tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that way you'll accelerate through the golf shot. So I know it probably will feel, the drills that I've given you, the last two, when you are speaking it out loud, might be uncomfortable for you. You know, maybe get to the range when it's quiet, or maybe do it in your head, you know, if you are a bit uncomfortable saying it out loud. So what we've got, so we've got a nice smooth tempo. Think about it, 1, 2, 3 to the top, and 4 when you hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I find that one more useful for me in order to try and get the tempo right, because I do have a problem when it goes up a bit too quick, when I'm trying to get a little bit more power out of it. So there's 3 drills there. Try and pick one, or even just try them all out and see which one's more beneficial for you. I'm sure you'll find one that you do relate to, you do catch, does give you the right feedback that you're wanting, and I hope that'll improve your tempo and your golf swings.